Okay, cool. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Monday Mastermind for today, Monday, June 15th. We're at the 50-yard line, guys. 50-yard line of the month of June, and awesome things are happening. We just got lots of activity, lots of new affiliates, lots of new customers joining us, and we're really excited about that. So if you are new to the team, and I sense many of you are, my name is David Scoltetti. And I'm just thrilled to be with you. We do this mastermind every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we try to bring value each and every week. We bring value, training, news you can use, everything to kind of help you advance your business. And this week is no different. As a matter of fact, it's like cake with icing on top because we have not Ron, but Rob Sperry with us. And I'm going to just hand this thing over to Dana to get things rolling. So she can properly introduce Rob and interview him about how we can all win on social, among other things that I'm sure will come to her head to speak to Rob about. So Dana, take it away.
All right. Oh my goodness, this is such a treat. I'm such a fan because I've seen Rob speak at countless amounts of events. I met him at an event about 3 or 4 years ago. And honestly, the thing I love most about Rob is that he makes you realize that anyone can do this business. And he also helps to simplify it down so that network marketing can really be for anyone. And so what I love most about Rob is that he's a people's trainer. Every single person can relate to him. He's funny. You guys can already tell he's hilarious. And he really just makes it doable in our mind. Does that make sense, guys? So I'm going to bring on my friend Rob. Come on up. This is our amazing, incredible team. One Team Works. They're big fans of yours, and we're excited to have you.
Well, thanks for having me on. I'm glad what did we plan this? Was it a month ago? How long ago?
Yeah, it was before I even knew that you were doing the MDC Weekly Training. And I was like, oh, Jenna, I already thought of that. He's already booked for my team.
Like your second place. Nice try. Yeah, she literally asked me, I think the day before I did it. She's like, hey, I need someone. Like, can you come on? I'm like, sure. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen. So yeah, it's fun. We've been able to hang out all over. And today the goal is to provide some insights and value. Every so often I do have ADHD moments. Some of you know that I have ADHD. It stands for Dude Has Dreams. So if you ever see a squirrel moment, that can happen. I have asked my wife, because she is wearing Lululemon, to not walk across my office because it's impossible not to look over when she's wearing Lululemon, because it should be absolutely banned and illegal. Way too much power over me. So I'm going to try to stay just laser focused on all of you and answer any questions. And Dana, if you have anything you want to stop as we go throughout, just stop me, ask away. I'll just kind of go with it and have some fun.
Would you tell them why they need to listen to you? Like, just tell them a little bit about your past accomplishments, because I know you're a big deal, but a lot of people on this Zoom might not know you're as accomplished in this profession as you are.
Yeah, hold on, I'm turning this on. I'm here still. Oh, my office is just getting hot. Only place in the house gets too hot or too cold.
Mine does too. For whatever reason. It might be the
fan's on and it's too cold, right? And then I feel like I'm high maintenance. Like, and I blame it on the fan in the office. What's going on? So I've been in the industry now since 2008. I started in August 2008. When I started in the industry, prior to that, I was teaching a tennis club. And as I was teaching the tennis club, I always thought I needed something that had more leverage. I needed something that I could have more time freedom. Why? Because a lot of people don't know this, but my dad was one of those dads that literally played tennis with my brother and sister and I 3 to 4 hours every single day. Every single day. Would travel all over. And he grew up filthy rich. I mean, filthy rich. And he said, look, money is just all about time. And it's time with people you care about. He's like, the other stuff, who cares? He's like, I had any car I wanted when I was 16 years old. And so one of my favorite quotes I've found that's more recent is die with memories, not with dreams. So you won't hear me brag about cars are cool. Don't get me wrong. You won't hear me brag though about cars or houses. You'll hear me brag about family vacations. 7 family vacations last year, 7 the year before. I've already done several family trips this year. Yes, despite everything. We just had one at a cabin a week ago. And then 2 weeks ago, I was down at a place called Pirates Cove in Boulder City. So yes, we are still finding ways to make it happen. So I'm running this tennis club and I realized, like, I can't, what else am I going to do? How am I going to make more money? And long story short, started in network marketing. And to give you guys perspective, when I started, yes, it was the right time for me and the right person approached me. I started with skincare. As a guy, when you're 28 years old, what are you supposed to do? Call your buddies up. Hey, dude, come over, watch the game. We're doing free facials today only. And I saw you in the locker room and you had a little cellulite on that left cheek. We're going to firm that bad boy up and we're going to be good, because they did have a product that worked for cellulite. I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? 28-year-old guy, like, how do I do this? But it was about the business. Now, the business only works if you have really incredible products. Products were absolutely incredible. So I got started. I became the number 1 recruiter out of 1 million distributors. That's the highlight version. My 5th month in the business, I made less than $400 for the month, and I worked 80 hours a week. I could have gone to work at McDonald's and made minimum wage, and I would have been filthy rich compared to what I made my 5th month in network marketing. So I just tell you that because, yeah, you're going to hear the highlight version, of different things. I've written out a couple different books: The Game of Networking, The Game of Conquering. I've helped consult for several different companies. I built my business in 40 plus countries. And now I transition into full-time trainer and coach. And so I do not build at all. I'm fully committed to this. I have been for several years. And I'm gonna tell you this, I'm learning more now than I ever have before, because now I got all the top leaders sharing their secret sauce, insights, and strategies. And my mind is just blown because I'm constantly teaching, but I'm also constantly just taking information from all these different teams and companies and organizations, and then I'm combining that and teaching that. So it's been a lot of fun. So when I do talk to you, if you hear me call you out at all, it's tough love. And it's basically talking about some of the things that I went through, some of the bad things, some of the hard times, some of the wrong steps that I took and wrong direction that I went, that'll help provide for you to help you accelerate your business. Doesn't make it easy, but it makes it possible. Doesn't make it easy, but it makes it a lot easier. And that's the big difference as we go. So I am a recovering people pleaser. I am naturally an introvert. Dana knows this. You can barely hear me. David knows this. You can barely hear me in person speak. You're like, what did you say? Why are you whispering? I'm yelling right now just to sound like a normal human being. It took me, even after I'd made millions of dollars, it took me at least 7 years to feel comfortable on stage. I'm just telling you that because we all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses, but stop focusing so much on those weaknesses to make you feel like, you're not good enough. You can't do it. And the last thing I'll say, and then any questions you have, Dana, is that someone in a company that's 10 times worse than yours, because I know your company well, with 10 times less skill set than you, has made 10 times more than you. I don't say that to discourage you. I say that to empower you that it's possible. You're playing small and you can play a lot bigger. And I know there's a lot of fears to overcome. I fully get that. Trust me. I've been through them all. I've been through it. I've been through the fake work. I've been through the management mode. I've been through I watched 22 Facebook Lives and I read 6 books this week. And it's like, how many new people did you talk to? I'm like, oh, don't ask me that, but I'm working in my mind, right? So I've been through all of it. So I'm coming from experience and love when I teach you different principles and lessons as we go.
So Rob, how many of you guys, first of all, feel like Rob is speaking directly to you? Comment in the chat 1 if he's already speaking to you, okay? Because he's speaking to me. So okay, I love that you said it's possible and you know our company well and all of that stuff. I love that because I know you're very familiar with all of the network marketing companies out there. So let's talk social media. And I am curious as to what your opinion is on My Daily Choice, because I know you know. But I want to know some shortcuts and strategies on social media, because we have this really rapidly growing team. And we have a lot of people that really want to advance, but they want to shorten the learning curve. And you've really mastered the game on social media. And so what would be some of your strategy tips for someone new that's going public on social media?
Yeah, so I get it. I know it can be scary. And the biggest fear, I believe, is the fear of judgment. It's the mother of all fears. Fear of rejection, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of inadequacy. It all ties back into the mother of all fears, right? The fear of judgment. Remove the fear of judgment. Those other fears don't exist inside of network marketing. So that's the first thing. It's just really being consciously aware of why are you going to let the judgment of others prevent you from whatever it is, trips with the family to Disneyland, humanitarian trips, getting out of that job, having a retirement plan, paying for that car, whatever it is, paying for insurance. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm just saying that so many of us allow those fears that when we really think about them, they sound so silly, but they're real to us. And so first you've got to establish that. The next thing is there's many different strategies as far as techniques go, but some of the principles are timeless. So one of the principles I would challenge you is commit to daily content. Now, I'm going to preface this so you don't feel like you have to be an expert. How I felt like I became good at, if someone were to say, what was the number one thing on how you became good at social media? I made a commitment to post every single day, probably 6 years ago. And at the beginning, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't want to tell people what I ate for breakfast. Like, I'm going to run out of content and I don't want to sound stupid and I don't know what to do. But I'm telling you what, it changed everything, because now I started freaking out and I started thinking, well, I don't want to run out of things to say. So I created a separate notepad inside of my phone. And in this notes section, anytime a thought came to my mind, whether it was funny, fun, inspirational, whether it was whatever it was, I put it in there. So even to this day, if you saw me and I went through all of this right now, even to this day, let's see if we can find it here. Facebook network marketing. Okay. And on it, doesn't matter if you can see it or not. I'm just showing you guys. Watch. I'm going to scroll. These are all future posts right here. This isn't even lives. I have a whole separate one for lives. I'm still scrolling as we go. I'm on the scroll patrol right now. So as I'm on the scroll patrol, I mean, you see it's just keep going. It just finished. Now, again, I know that's over the course of time, but I was so freaked out about running out of content and value that I put in there. So again, it doesn't have to be the experts. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And I'm going to explain that here in just a second. But the reason why it's so important is because you want to increase your likability. Now, not in a fake way. It's the people, your vibe attracts your tribe. So the people that like your style they're going to like and comment and tag and share. The people that don't like your stuff, they're going to block you. They're going to unfriend you. They're going to unfollow you. But this is important to understand this. It's niches to riches. Niches to riches. If you try to be everything to everyone, you will be nothing to no one. In a world where everything's so cluttered on the internet and on social media, you've got to find a way to stand out. And that's in your own uniqueness, right? Each one of you has your own uniqueness, something that's fun about you or funny that's about you or insightful about you or maybe something you're passionate about, right? Again, your vibe attracts your tribe. So I'm not increasing my likability in some like fake way. I'm just being me. I'm doubling down on me. Second thing is it starts to build credibility for those that like, wow, Dana just posted this. I love this. She's giving me some good content about CBD. Talk about that expert in a second. But now I start to become a little bit more aware, right? The third thing part of that is by consistently posting, you're increasing your visibility, which I call it the law of recallability. Now it's front of mind for people. Because it doesn't matter how great you are or what you have to provide if they never think about you. So now we're increasing that. And then the last one is the law of profitability. We want to create a win-win. Now, you got to understand this. This is in a way I'm describing attraction marketing, but most people misinterpret attraction marketing. They think it's like they're going to make this incredible post and then it's like inbox is going to be flooded and everyone's just going to join my business, right? And Think and Grow Rich and The Secret, I'm just thinking it, I'm thinking it. They're all just going to join. I'm telling you, you still got to put in the action. By the way, ADHD moment, you know, there's the book Think and Grow Rich. I tried the program for working out. I created it. It's my own program called Think and Grow Ripped. Didn't work. I had to, I'm trying to put the work back in now, but it doesn't work. Unfortunately, there's action that needs to happen with it. So just for all of you, so you don't have to go through the little trial and error that I went through on the Think and Grow Ripped. So now coming back to it, right? Bring it back in, focus, no more scroll moments for you guys, only me. So as we're looking at this, make sure you understand that we're looking at these things. Attraction marketing is, it's not that your inbox can be flooded. It's instead of closing maybe 1 out of 10 people, you close 2 out of 10. Why? Because they're like, oh my goodness, I saw Abigail's post, and even if it's consciously or subconsciously, it's I like her style. Oh, it looks like she knows her crap about CBD. Oh, this is great, right? So it's not 9 out of 10. I'm just giving an example, but even if it's 2 out of 10, it makes a difference. And I'll tell you what will come out of this. You'll find that you will end up becoming a better communicator as well. When I look back at my posts from 5 and 6 years ago, it's so painful. I look back and I'm like, why did anyone like these posts? Were they just being nice? And they were so bad, some of them. Like, what was I thinking? Who was I? I thought I knew myself. I thought I was normal. They were so dumb, some of the posts. Guess what? If you can't get over that fear of judgment because you're so worried that they're going to be dumb and people are going to judge you, you're never going to get to where you need to get. So you got to be willing to fail your way forward and realize that some of your posts will suck. Who cares? That's how you become much, much better. So I just started doing that and posting consistently. My content got better. My audience got, first off, it probably at the beginning, it probably shrunk a little bit, but then it got to where it was the niche audience I wanted, and it started to grow, and people started to get to know me, where this is the greatest compliment. I can't say how many people I've met in person that say, Rob, I feel like I know you. That's incredible. That's great. That's like the greatest compliment you can say to me about social media. They feel like, wow, I know you because I've conveyed who I am. So don't misinterpret this thinking that, and I know you know this, Dana, and David knows this. I just want to make sure the rest of the team doesn't misinterpret this. You not only do you not need to post about business every day, you shouldn't post about business every day. So here's just a principle, a philosophy or strategy you can use. You can cater it. I would say 5 posts a week, non-business related, is great. And then you can have 2 posts that are business related, but a business post doesn't necessarily mean join my business, because then you become spammy Pammy. You don't want to become Spamela Pamela, right? And I know that, you know, David loves Pamela Anderson. He said he used to watch Baywatch every single day. I get that. But still, you don't want to become spammy Pammy, all right? You know it, David. Like, don't even try. He was telling me stories about it a long time ago. So you need to make sure that you're not spammy Pammy. Like, it's called social media, right? People aren't getting on there just to be spam. Like, oh, I hope when I get on social media today that all my friends just pitch me on their amazing products and businesses and how hashtag seriously so blessed their lives are. Oh, please. Oh, yes. Betsy just pitched me. This is the best day ever. Are you kidding me? They're so annoyed. You've got to be more crafty. You got to be more witty than that. The best commercials, think how much value. Think of some of your favorite commercials, some of the favorite commercials you see at the Super Bowl. Do they come on and say, hey, buy this product right now? No, not at all. They're providing value. They're providing insights. Maybe it's the benefit of the product. Maybe it's just education. Maybe it's humor for awareness. You're no different. So let's say I'm talking about CBD. Well, one of the things I could do is I could give, let's say I want to create a curiosity post today. All right, great. I'm mixing up, you know, my protein shake, and maybe I'm throwing CBD in there, or maybe I just had a hard workout and I've got like a ton of pains, and you know, I'm taking some CBD and showing how I'm taking the CBD, and I never miss taking CBD, especially with how many aches and pains I've had from all my years of working out. I'm just thinking, just out loud for all of you. Another one could be maybe, again, it's a value post. I'm talking business related, teaching you how to create more curiosity. It could be the top 5 myths of CBD. Something like, oh, Rob, I couldn't create that. Yeah, you can. Literally, just go research it. You're going to find 100 different ones. Create the ones that fit you. Utilize your own words, and there you go. And you come up with something. Now, if you're ever borrowing something completely from someone else, you can give them the credit, and rather than being the expert, now you're the shared expert. You're the reporter. So now I'm saying, hey, Joe Schmo's top 3 myths of CBD, right? And then I'm going to give my own personal insights, because I don't want to just share that. I want to give my own personal insights as well. I found, these to be absolutely true, blah, 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 fill in the blank as you go. So at the beginning, I understand it can be overwhelming for some of you. For some of you, like, I got this, I already do this. But I would also establish what your brand buckets are. So list anything and everything that you're passionate and excited about, that you care about. List on a piece of paper, as many as you can. And then you want to establish 5. One of those 5 should be connected to your products or business. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure that once you choose those 5, I'll give you some examples here, that every single post that you ever make is revolved around those 5. So for me, some of you know that I talk a lot about family. Now, subcategories could be, kids, doing tennis with kids, family trips. Subcategory could be, I don't miss date night with my wife. My wife and I do separate trips. So my main category is family on that. Another one is travel, right? Another one is, for me, I'll give insights into the network marketing industry. These are things. Another one is I love things that are humorous, right? These are things that I consistently always talk about. And so you want to figure out what those are so you're not all over the place. It's not a different version of you. These are you. But what are you going to talk about? So here's an extreme example. If politics isn't your jam, don't just talk about politics, once a year and think, well, I'm passionate about it. Now, again, it's your business, it's your life, do whatever you want. I'm just giving you some business advice here. That doesn't fit your style or your brand. But if for some reason you're thinking, you know what, I love talking politics. My vibe attracts my tribe. I don't care. The people that are offended, they're offended. They probably wouldn't fit my culture anyways. Well, great. Then you should be talking about it probably every single week. I've seen some network marketing leaders crush it because they double down on their strengths. So I'm not telling you should or shouldn't. I just gave you both extreme examples. For me, politics wasn't one of the 5 things on me that I was like crazy passionate. I'm going to go make a difference on in the world, right? I have my own opinions, but it almost more just makes me mad. I'm like, I don't want to focus on this. Some of you are like, no, I feel like I'm making a huge difference. Great. I don't really care. So it doesn't matter what your brand is. Maybe it's another extreme example. Maybe it's vaccinations. Well, don't just bring it up once a year. If that's something that you're crazy passionate about, well, great. You're going to have people, you're going to find those loyal followers by talking about the things you're passionate about. Well, then talk about it at least every couple weeks, but not in the same way, in a different way. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Niches to riches. Now, the last thing that I want to make sure you answer any more questions, because I have so much to go on this, but is if it's overwhelming for you, this is like for some people trying to teach someone or tell someone, hey, let's go run a marathon. And they're like, I haven't even ran a mile ever. Well, I wouldn't tell them to go run a marathon. I would say start out and let's go, jog a mile. We'll run a little bit, we'll walk a little bit. Same thing for posting. So if it's overwhelming for you and you're never posting, great. Start out with once a week, move to twice a week, then move to 3 times a week, then move to 4 times, and then eventually move your way all the way up to daily. Because again, this is one of the great strategies to be able to bridge the gap. Now, don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Like I said earlier, of attraction marketing, maybe now you close 2 out of 10 instead of 1 out of 10, but you still got to approach people. You still have to approach them. The number 1 income producing activity is talking to brand new people about your business or products. The number one, by far, most important income producing activity. Too many people make the plan for the plan of the plan of the plan of the plan. And they learn, little bit of action instead of learn action. So you need to make sure that, yes, I'm teaching you this, but now I don't want you to feel like, Dana, I spent 7 hours today and I just created this amazing post like Rob said. And she's going to be like, Rob, you idiot. What are you teaching then? So don't misinterpret what I'm saying. 80% of your time should always be focused on talking to brand new people. If you are not talking to brand new people, you are not working in this business. Okay. Urgency is synonymous with wealth. I know some of you think someday is one of the 7 days of the week. I hate to tell you, it isn't one of the 7 days of the week, unfortunately. So,
oh my goodness. So
squirrel moments, I know.
Here's the one thing I remember when you, I almost feel like I remember when you started the Game of Networking Facebook group.
Like,
I feel, when was that? Remind me.
2016, I think.
Okay, I had just met you.
Yeah.
Like maybe a year before that, I had just met you. So I remember when you started that group. How many group members are in it now?
I think 34,000.
Okay, so
we don't just accept everyone. Like they have to answer questions, and then I make sure my assistants, like anyone with sketchy profiles or answers, they're crazy. So many. I'm like, we want an active group, right?
Yeah.
Not the amount, it's quality.
Yeah, not the weirdos. Okay, good. So Rob has an incredible book called The Game of Networking. Look for it, guys. I think you might have 82 new people, or 80 with you and me. Dave will be the first one signing up for it, I'm sure. But it's just a good book or a good group. It provides a lot of value. It's a lot of like generic network marketing training. It's a safe space. So go check it out. Rob obviously has his genius in there, as well as a lot of other top leaders that add value to that space. I think I don't remember how long ago it was, but I did a Facebook Live in there not too long ago, like maybe a couple months, I think. And so Rob, I mean, I just saw memories like a year ago on our memories. We were in Whitney husband's car going to a Mexican restaurant. And David met us there. And so this is a really cool profession to be a part of. And I just love having people like you that are just real people that have built it big, don't have a lot of ego, are just humble, love everyone, want to help everyone. And so we're grateful for you. But one thing I would say, Rob, if you could help everyone, please give them an idea of why you should lead with the business, because it's very, very normal in network marketing. Just like you said, you really can't go far if you don't have incredible products. And at My Daily Choice, we have some of the best products in the market. But I mean, we want to lead with products, but why would you say work towards a leveraged income first? Because that was one of the things that I caught you said at the beginning teaching tennis. I want to find a way to make leveraged income. So explain why that is most important.
Yeah, I think it's limiting beliefs. Sometimes we're just so scared to talk about money or business. And sometimes we just feel like we're not qualified yet because we haven't made a certain amount of money, and the rejection can be harder. It's just all crap. It's all crap. You know, we all have it in our heads at different varying levels. I had it as well. Like I said, anything I say to you guys, I'm calling myself out. I had it as well. And so for me, I look at it is look at what this business has done for either you or other people that you know. Can you imagine if they would not have been presented the opportunity? And so it really is, I know this sounds crazy, reverse thinking, because you think you're being humble pie. It really is your ego that's getting involved. Ego stands for edging God out. Ego stands, your ego ain't your amigo, right? Ego stands for everyone's got one. And if you think about it, you're just making yourself the issue. When in reality, if you really have something that can change someone's life, if you really have something that's that good, then why would you not share it with them? Worst case scenario, they say no. But this is a made up phrase or words, but no ASCII, no giddy. And it's like, we already got to know because we didn't even ask for them to look. And it's like, why not ask? Why not give them the same opportunity you have? And if you're thinking that you're making yourself the issue, well, I haven't had success yet, so what? Why can't they be better than you? Why can't they learn from the mistakes that you've made? If someone else can do it, so can they. And all the time, well, I just don't have confidence. Well, your lack of confidence in yourself, why are you transitioning that lack of confidence in yourself into other people? It's like we're making ourselves the issue way, way too much. And so, as you're looking at it, that's one of the big keys, is making sure that you are really, really heavily focused on not making yourself the issue and about the business. Now, you mirror people. This sounds kind of weird, reverse thinking, but I was scared to approach people about the products. Because I felt like, and this sounds reverse thinking, I felt like I was making it so small. I'm like, if I can help somebody make money, why would they not do it? And so for me, yeah, I know it's reverse thinking, and that was opposite limiting beliefs. But yeah, I was really scared to talk to someone just about the products because I felt like I was making it so much smaller. So I'm just telling you, no Askey, no Giddies. Wayne Gretzky says you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So get over yourself. Ask them, right? And then mirror them. For me, if someone would have approached me just about the products, as great as the products were in that company, I would have had zero interest. But instead, somebody approached me about something that could change my life. That's exactly what I wanted and what I was looking for. Now, I know that a lot of times we see the world through our eyes because it's what I needed, what I was looking for. That's what I thought everyone else was looking for. I had to learn that that's not true. Some wanted to be product users, right? And some of you are the opposite. You're like, well, I came in just first off a product experience, so I feel like that's how everyone else is going to come in. So, these are just different learning lessons. But as you can focus on the number one income producing activity, right? You're going to become better at inviting, better at following up, better at closing, better at presenting, better at communicating. But you got to stop making the plan for the plan of the plan. Personal development, I love it. I've written 2 books, right? Love it. But too many times you guys turn PD in, personal development, into, right, stands for PD. It can also stand for procrastination development. And so that's why you got to make sure that the PD becomes personal development of learn, action, 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 not the opposite as you go.
That was so good. I have to finish that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll finish that after. So I want to show you guys what his books are. The Game of Networking. It's in my bookshelf behind me. And then, which is his first one, which is the name of his Facebook group. This is the new one. So good. This one, I mean, they're both really, really good, but this one's really good. So this one's on the mindset. And you guys might recognize a name in, what page is it? Page.
I don't know. Does it have a page? Because it's at the beginning.
No, it's on, technically page 3. But you guys will want to get this book. It's a pretty incredible strategies to overcome fears in network marketing. I know, Rob, that you have a pretty good training on fears. And I don't want to keep you too long. I value your time with your family. So if you could close this out with, this group is pretty special. I think you can probably feel the energy, and I know everyone's really a big fan of yours. If you guys are loving Rob right now, can you give him some love in the chat? Because he's never really been exposed to our group. And I think we have a pretty incredible team. We've been building it hard. We launched in a very fast way, January 17th. We've brought over 1,800 new people on since we launched. Todd Falcone said we are, in his opinion, the fastest growing team in the company, which I know everyone says that, but I feel like we actually might be.
If I post that on Facebook, will someone?
Yeah. That Todd, quoted by Todd.
Okay.
Yeah, you would love that. So this team has been, it's really brought my passion back in this industry. And you always have passion. You love working with people, but this has been a really cool really fun launch, if that makes sense. So I want you to, like, first of all, what could they do to pour gasoline on the fire of momentum because the team's growing so rapidly? And then how can they get past their fears?
Yeah.
What would be your and closing this out?
I mean, you've been around, so you understand how rare momentum is. And I feel like if you haven't been around, it's just, you just will take it for granted. As much as you hear it, it's tough to really understand it. The best way to describe it is the amount of time you put into your business right now, you can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times more out of it. And it's not always going to be that way. And that's not to rip on your company. That's every single company. That's every single team, right? It's every great stock has its plateaus and lows and highs, and as it goes, even the best stocks. So I'm just going to tell you, there are times to walk, times to jog, times to sprint, times to rest. When you've got momentum, is a time to sprint. You don't want to be the person that's watching the wave that, you know, says, yeah, I watched the wave. You want to be the person that's in the ocean, that's paddling to catch the wave, that says they were part of the wave. And I know momentum's a great exaggerator, but yeah, it's kind of cool when you get to see it, but it's incredibly amazing when you're absolutely a part of it. So just don't get caught up in management mode. Don't get caught up in trying to be the overly supportive upline. And I know some of you are like, what? How hard is it to really plug your team members into your Zooms and your Facebook group and the trainings and the company trainings, beyond the team trainings, and they're doing personal development? It's not that hard. So make sure that you understand the value of the time right now and that you're focusing on the highest income producing activity, which is talking to those new people. And so if your new people aren't getting you in front of new people, then you need to make sure that as you're doing this, that you're finding new people. Stop trying to manage people. Stop trying to get people to do what you once did, but you're no longer willing to do. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack is cliche, but cliches are cliches for a reason because they're timeless principles. So you've got to set that tone for them. And as far as overcoming your fears, I mean, there's lots of different hacks. Some of the things is that we've heard, but we don't do, is list the things that you're grateful for. They're grateful for inside of your network marketing business, to be specific. The other thing is recite, right? Your vision or your affirmations, whatever they are, recite them. The next thing is stop listening to yourself. What? Listen to yourself less, talk to yourself more. Because a lot of times the mind is naturally negative. You can't do this. You don't have the right style. You don't have the right personality. This is too hard. It's taking too much time. Stop listening to yourself. Anytime, here's the big one. This is the last one I'll finish with. Anytime you've got a negative thought come to your mind, I want you to retrain your brain to work for you rather than against you. So what you're going to do is you're going to immediately either write down a piece of paper or in your notes on your phone 3 solutions. So something comes to your mind that says, I suck at recruiting. Look, you're never going to become great at recruiting by saying that. It literally begins, the seed is that belief. And if you don't even have the seed, it's just never, ever going to grow. So it starts out with that I suck at recruiting. I want you to instantly write down, you know what? I'm becoming better at recruiting. I'm learning what not to do. I'm learning I need to keep it more simple. 3 solutions right away. I promise you, if you consistently do that, it's going to help you to focus on solutions. It's going to help you to overcome fears. It's going to help you to take your business next level, but you got to keep doing it. You got to keep being consistent because it's not an overnight process, right? We've got this human nature and these natural tendencies. It's going to take time. It took me 7 years to feel comfortable public speaking. My first year of Facebook Lives, even after I'd made millions of dollars and built in 40 plus countries, they were awful. They were so bad that even though I was in 40 countries, I could barely get courtesy likes and comments from my mom and mother-in-law. My team wasn't even giving me courtesy likes. And honestly, I can show you screenshots. It's like some that has like 3 comments. I'm like, you would think that they would just be nice, right? And just like and comment it because I was their upline. No, they were probably like, this sucks. I'm not doing that. So yeah, was it a shot to my ego because I was so bad? Of course it was. But I kept going because I was tough. And I kept learning and I kept taking action. And the fear began to dissipate. That's kind of a big word. disappear, dissipate, right? Leave. But that's what I'll finish for all of you with.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Rob. Man, you guys, can everyone just unmute and give Rob some love? Just give him some love.
Thank you, Rob. One of the best trainers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Giving Rob some love.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. That was
Thank
amazing.
you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh my
Thank you,
goodness.
Rob.
Yeah, thanks. It's great.
Really
I
great.
love it. What a
Thanks,
love fest.
Rob.
Good. So the Game of Networking is his group. Go and get his books, Game of Networking and The Game of Conquering, both like a quick read. Like they're not a forever read. You won't take forever to get there, but they're packed full of golden nuggets, just like this training tonight was packed full of golden nuggets. I couldn't type fast enough. And I loved what Rob said about he didn't give up. The time is going to pass anyways. He spent the time failing forward and getting good at something worth getting good at because he wanted a leveraged income. And that's what's worth it. That's why it's worth it. So thank you, Rob, so much. Everyone mute yourselves up. He's going to leave, and then I still have to give you guys some deets on the week.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Rob, thank you so much. I feel like this is going to be one of our favorite on our team YouTube channel, and I'll send it to you. And also just thank you so much. Just thank you for being selfless, and thank you for giving your time on a nighttime and being a good friend to all network marketers. Appreciate you so much.
You're welcome, superstar. We'll see you guys.
See you soon. Bye. All right, guys. So Rob Sperry, what'd you think? Tell me in the chat, rate it from a 1 to 10 in the chat, what you thought about his training, if it was relatable, if he was lovable, if it was like something that you can execute to use to further your business. That's what it's all about. So we're going to be working on bringing you some really good high quality trainers. And I love that My Daily Choice Corporate is doing the same. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific is the MDC Weekly Training. And that's going to have Ray Higdon. Ray Higdon is another huge trainer in the industry. Amazing. That's where I met Dr. Tracy, was at Ray Higdon's event in Orlando last October. I was speaking at that event, and I don't remember if Rob was there. I don't think Rob was there speaking. He might, I don't think he was there. But regardless, this industry is loaded with people that have failed, that have had a lot of troubles at the beginning, that overcame it and that figured it out. And so by us learning from them, we shorten our learning curve, right? They've already figured it out. So we can listen to them and then action, 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 just like Rob said. So tomorrow, 6 p.m. is going to be really huge. And this week, just like David Skoltedi said at the beginning, we're the halfway mark through June. So now is the perfect time to go through your back office, go through your BV, see what you're tracking for the month, and figure out what your goal is for the end of June and what you need to do or how many people you need to help to get there. So now is the perfect halfway midpoint to treat our business like a business, see what our numbers are. I love someone saying if you owned a franchise, you'd know what your numbers are. You'd know how many Subway sandwiches you sold that day. You'd know exactly if you're tracking for what you need to hit the overhead. Same thing with this business, treat it like a business, know what you're tracking for, know where your goals are. And if you need help, get with your upline mentor. We have so many people on this team willing to help all of you to succeed and get to where you want to go. So thank you guys so much for jumping on. Monday Mastermind was a hit tonight. And I'm going to let you guys all unmute and say goodnight to each other as well. Love you all.
Night.
Love you.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you.
Love you.
Good night.
Love you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Aloha.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Night.
All right,
Hey, everybody. Aloha.
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 Complete home run.
Yeah, that was so good. Love you guys so much.
Awesome. That really was.
Awesome. Good. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Night,
Good night.
everyone.
It was
Thanks.
awesome.
Thanks.
Hi, Jim.